This goes beyond advertising in the traditional sense of the word. It is an artistic endeavor.
The idea is so big, it can land in a lot of different places.
It's new, it's never been done.
It's really HBO's DNA to provide an experience which is more than you imagine.
This is an advertising campaign's tribute to great storytelling.
Loose lips sink ships.
HBO wanted us to do a campaign that highlighted the way that they tell stories, and the way that HBO tells stories is different than anyone else.
The first thing we did was we had this great new line, More Than You Imagined. And that kind of served as a conscience and a guide to what kind of stories and what type of mediums we would deliver them through.
Each one of the television commercials has this aha shift. There's a change of perspective that happens, so you think you're looking at one thing and then you're looking at something else.
We always held it up that you didn't see it coming. It felt like a punch in the gut.
Mr. White. Yes, sir. It's done.
We wanted to create a campaign that doesn't just say innovative and tell deeper stories, but really create an experience like that for people.
Think about your life.
So besides doing a package of commercials, we're also doing these things that we're calling, pretty straightforwardly, The Cube, which is a four-sided story.
Oh, you scared me. I didn't know you were here.
I am. It's a scene that has been filmed from north, south, east, and west in 4 different camera angles.
This one, which we're calling Open Doors. The overarching story is that the maid has been having an affair.
And depending which side you're looking at it, a different affair is happening. But there's one thing happening, and you kind of have to watch them all to put it together.
Are you all right?
Yes. It's just work.
The spectacle of the thing and the physicality of the cube itself just opened our imaginations. It was like, wow, that'd be really cool to see. I've never seen a story told that way.
So you had to really figure out
He's gotta go.
stories that could be told in these dimensions.
Oh, God.
There's a lot of math to go on with that, and that led us to know.
When a filmmaker is presented with an opportunity like this, you just drop everything and come over. Okay, let's do it right away. Action. I'm going to give you a different mark.
Both as a feature director and some of the work he's done in the advertising world. He's a classicist.
Hey, you ready for some Japanese takeout? Always.
Pretty good. You went too far.
If you watch him direct often, it's like watching someone direct a symphony. He's paying attention to every instrument and then how they work as a whole.
It's got to be a lot earlier. It's got to be completely benign. Imagine trying to tell 4 different stories from 4 different angles with the same exact lens, all happening at the same time. Let me see playback.
And 1, and 2, and 3, 4.
They're using a large stopwatch or clock. And we're paying particular attention to not only what we're doing, but in what second frame are we doing it.
What?
It really is to the power of 3 or 4 or 5, because not only does it have to sync up visually, it has to play different ways. On one side, it looks like he's having a heart attack. On the other side, it looks like he's faking a heart attack.
Fine, thank you.
All your training is to make strong choices. And in this case, the strong choice is sort of the vacant choice. He's a great director, though. He's able to do that.
Sell it to me a little bit. It's really finding that point of suspension, if you will, where it kind of works for all sides.
You start to realize through the process, you're kind of like on-job training.
Cut.
There's no reference point for this.
It's a challenge. It's an absolute genius idea. You got it. And you have to respect it.
With a lot of big ideas, and I'm sure this happens with HBO's programming too, you have an idea, and then it starts growing in ways you didn't perceive or even think it would do.
After the first phase of our production, HBO challenged us to extend this through a variety of different platforms.
It's a great creative challenge, and what we've done is we've expanded the story, and the more content we created, the more connections that there became.
Jason's shocking and untimely death leaves us all speechless.
The mime character was certainly a character that evolved a lot.
Anyone else like to say a few words?
Is this more than you imagined? That's always a filter that we put through it.
What a freak show.
Another example is one of our spots. We learn about diamonds being stuffed into a teddy bear. And one of these new films we did picks up on that teddy bear. The idea is if you saw the first film, you have loaded information about that bear, and it changes the way you see that film.
Hey! Hey!
All this stuff drives to the web experience.
The web is the place where it all comes together. That is the hub whole program.
In troubled times, you need a name you can trust.
The interactive experience actually needed its own language.
That name is Yamamoto.
The idea was not to stream a film.
The scary/awesome fun part about it was that it's not been done before, so you don't have a template to follow.
We have film, we have audio clips, and we have physical documents. Each one of those gives you a unique piece of information that you couldn't get otherwise.
Found some money.
Found some money? For real?
Yeah, a lot of it.
We're not so much dictators as curators of the story. The viewer can choose any way they want to watch a story.
I have everything under control.
I think we've all become media professionals as consumers. We're extremely media agnostic. It doesn't really matter if the screen's the size of your phone, the size of your computer, the size of a giant installation outside.
The thing to us is that HBO is what we call a magnet brand. People love HBO and want to come to it. So we thought, what a great way to utilize that magnetism by having the thing function as an event in itself.
During the day, it'll just be a black cube sitting there. And at night, the curtains will come down, so to speak.
We've got this 16-foot by 16-foot alien-looking monolith in the middle of the city, and we're hoping that will attract a lot of people.
There is a very social experience with HBO about wanting to see if you're seeing the same thing that I am. It's really just about bringing that experience to life.
We want people to like it and to make the point that HBO is an innovator.
Dispose of this. Wait for the instructions.
Yes, sir, Mr. Yamamoto.
Yes, sir, Mr. Yamamoto.
You know, normally a commercial is about a message and the story is secondary. We got to flip that math in a sense and really make it all about how cool is the story.
We come to you live from
HBO has such a great understanding of creativity and ideas that it's inherent to their brand, so it's a unique experience working with them.
There's always a chance for evolution when you have a campaign more than you imagine. And you find out often that there is more than you imagined, even sort of in the execution of it. It provides a lot of opportunity.
With HBO, there's an onus that the advertising has to be up to a certain level of sophistication and engagement because that's what the brand is.